Okay, going into round 2 with this Karn, what I'm calling the skinny Karn list, because I'm just running 2 Karns. I'm trying to figure out what I want to play for the showcase this weekend. I'm already qualified, so I don't really need to do it, but I think it'll be fun. This hand's interesting. I think I might actually bottom the Explorer, because like I could see having a lot of lands being useful for like a Colossus, which it might be what this hand wants to do at some point. So I'm kind of feeling like bottoming Explorer. Also, no companion makes me think like there's a reasonable chance this is Murktide, and yeah, if this is Murktide, I think like I'm more just looking to just cast an uncounterable big threat. It's not so much about like the little explore advantages and stuff. This Rhinos maybe? Oh, Sagavan, okay. Second ramp creature's nice in case they have a discard spell. Okay, so opponent maybe more like a Zooey sort of deck, it seems. I'm gonna go with Azusa. It develops our mana better, and it grows the Goyf less if it gets killed. I guess it is easier to kill, though. Like a bolt wouldn't kill Dryad, but yeah, mostly it's about just developing the mana more. Opponent didn't reveal Luris, which is interesting. It means they have to have something, some sort of permanent converted mana cost 3 or greater. Maybe like Bloodbraid Elf. This could also be like this could be like a 4 or 5 color deck trying to do like things with that that flying artifact thing that gets decreased based on the number of land types. I really don't know what my opponent's doing. I'm trying to sort of figure that out based on the cards they're playing, but it's not very obvious to me what's going on. Opponent doesn't attack, okay. Titan's a nice pickup. So we have 3 land drops. So let's see. We could play Cavern, play Titan. If we get Crumbling Vestige, Bounce Land, I think we're 1 land drop away from hasting the Titan, because we can bounce the Slayers, replay the Slayers. That'd be our 2nd land drop. And then our 3rd land drop, we could bounce the Vestige, but we wouldn't be able to replay it. Yeah. So, with that in mind, I guess we're just casting the Titan and getting what? There's like an argument maybe for just getting like 2 bounce lands and setting up for a big Colossus next turn. I kind of like that, because like if they answer the Primeval Titan, being able to follow up with just a very scary Colossus could be a good way to do things. They might just concede to this Primeval Titan as well. They have not conceded. Okay, so I guess I'll get Simic Chamber, Gruul Turf, just make all my mana perfect. Pick up these 2 lands. And I guess pass, just keeping max lands in hand for just a really, really big Colossus. Solitude. Okay, so that's where the higher converted mana cost comes in. Do we care about them drawing a card? Probably not, but I suppose we can pay for it. Does mean we're not hasting Colossus, but I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, opponent has seen enough. So our opponent's on a lot of artifacts and saga, so maybe I'll bring in this stuff. Feel like maybe Karn isn't going to shine in this matchup, but I might want an engineered explosives or 2. Trim 2 explorers and a cavern. Colossus is fine. Maybe not the Foundation Breaker. Maybe that's going too deep. Try something like this. Maybe I want 2 Karns over 2 EEs. Karn can be good. Yeah, I'll try this. I'll keep this. It gets to go Forest into Saga, and we're activating Saga on turn 2, and we have a turn 3 Titan if we can draw the Titan. We have the mana for a turn 3 Titan. Grays are also good against things like Ragavan, which I assume our opponent's playing because they have red mana and they're doing things with creatures. So, like, I assume this is a Ragavan deck we're facing. Our opponent has shown us ending, so I don't feel any particular urge to expose this amulet to ending unless we have to. Gonna Caldra, I guess. Okay. Caldra is a pretty quick clock. Would like drawing a Karn. That would help relieve a lot of pressure. Also, just any Colossus or Titan probably wins the game. I'll take the 5 here. I want to preserve the Grazer in case we draw a Karn. It's much better if we still have the Grazer, and I think it can save us 3 life later if that's what it comes down to. So we'll make a Titan here, and I think I'm just going to get Simic Talaria and just set up for a Colossus next turn. I'm not going to let myself get blown out by a Solitude by like trying to haste when there's no reason to. We're not under extreme pressure. We did leave the Colossus in, correct? Yeah. Yeah, so the plan is next turn cast Colossus, and I assume that's going to be good enough for us to win this game. With 4 lands in hand, we're going to be getting. I mean, we might even be up to 5 lands in hand by the time we cast it. Well, ending plus portable hold does make things a little bit more awkward for casting the Colossus. Okay, let's see. I don't think I want to just Dryad here. I mean, it is like... I don't know, it is threatening lethal, but it does get kind of badly blown out by a Solitude. Then again, they didn't attack. So maybe the fact that they didn't attack means they don't have Solitude. I guess I can just go for Colossus, right? Yeah, I'll just go for Colossus. Do I want to put 2 more lands in my hand first? I don't hate putting 2 more lands in my hand, just draw all the cards. First of all, let me make sure this pact resolves. Yeah, I imagine if we cast a Cultivator Colossus with all these lands in hand, that's just game. Yeah, this seems like the least risky line. Like, the Colossus is less good without the amulets, but we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands in hand. That's probably gonna draw us most of our deck. We might even be able to kill if we draw some combination of like Crumbling Vestige. We can Vesuva on the Crumbling Vestige, and then like play Amulet Grazer into like other things. We're just gonna have so many cards in hand. I don't know what our opponent could be thinking about right now. You just snap off this block. Okay, so I guess while we're waiting for your opponent to respond, I can talk about the deck a little bit more. So between my last cultivator list, which I believe was this one, and this Karn list, so basically what I've tried doing is I've tried replacing one cultivator and the engineered explosives with 2 Karns. I've moved a cavern to the main board and cut a castle. I'm still only trying 1 Talaria West. Not sure if that's correct, but the slots in the list are getting tighter, and I'm really wanting to try this sort of 4 Explorer configuration, because I think Explorer is getting better as we're seeing more sort of Luris discard decks. Just having this sort of grindy axis is interesting. I'm really high on the card Relic of Progenitus as a way to combat the Luris deck, so I'm not trying any Endurance right now, which can be bad against Mill in particular, but I think when we're not playing against Mill, I think Relic is really good against all the Dragon Rage Channeler decks. So I've been trying this sideboard plan where I cut the Amulets and the Sagas against the DRC decks. So then I bring in an extra land because I'm cutting the Sagas and Bajuka Bog, and then I just bring in the Engineered Explosives and the Relic of Progenitus. So I think this is going to be my sideboard plan against like a Dragon Rage Channeler deck. Maybe leave 1 Engineered Explosive in the board for a Karn target. But we'll see. I guess like I could also like leave 1 Amulet in the deck. I could maybe even cut Expedition Map since I'm cutting Sagas, or I could leave in like 2 Sagas. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave in like 2 Amulets or something. Okay. Do I want a Vesuva on Crumbling Vestige? Probably not. So maybe Vesuva. I'm probably bouncing his Vesuva back to my hand, so maybe I'll just Vesuva on Radiant Fountain for the extra life. Mounts Radiant Fountain, Crumbling Vestige, Radiant Fountain, Cavernous Souls, And fetch land, I guess. Play out the Amulet. Can discard probably fetch land, vestige, cavern. Don't feel like I need those cards. Hopefully they give me another Force of Vigor target, because I think I want to Force of Vigor this portable hole. Blood Moon is probably the only way we... No, Blood Moon doesn't even get us. Magus of the Moon, I guess, would be the only way we lose this game. Alright, see everyone for round 3.